Good morning, everybody. This is Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading. We've had a lot of rain over the last day or so, and we're going to have more rain today. I just wanted to stop by, see how everybody's doing on Friday. What's the weather like by you? And maybe we can get a little update here on the baby chicks. I was just opening up my front gate. So it's a 3-minute walk back and forth. So I wanted to show some of my viewers and personal friends the types of vandalism the criminals perform. Sort of like drawing streaks across a building like this with some kind of a sharp object. And this is not naturally occurring. Or the fact that they have been pulling the nails out of the aluminum base here, the sheet metal. Or the fact that this vintage basin was intentionally scratched to the base metal by the perpetrators. There were 5 of such basins that they scraped to the base metal. Something that was done recently was the chipping away at this log outside of the chicken coop. And as I mentioned, that this COINTELPRO 501 program has been upscaled to utilize technology that didn't exist back in Stasi Germany, or when the scientists were brought here to America and share their lovely secrets with our government. But one of the things that they do in this slow kill process is it's called it's like the death of 1,000 cuts. And it's designed to make the person reporting it look crazy. But this program was designed by psychologists, scientists, and it's set up individually for each targeted person. And the way that is done is that you're surveilled for a minimum of 1.5 to 2 years before any of the targeting, the actual targeting, begins. They're watching, surveilling, they search your home, go through the garbage, go through your emails. They want to know every detail about you so they can distort it and set you up for future crimes or a defamatory narrative that they spread to the neighbors and local community organizations, the sheriff's department, etc. And the sheriff's department is always involved, because if there were stalkers in the neighborhood that regular people reported, that would go to the police department, the sheriff's department, and they would have to act on that. They would have to go around to the neighbors and ask, did you see this vehicle? Did you get a license plate? They would need to investigate it. That's what investigations do. You'll have a police officer going door to door asking for testimony from neighbors. Did you see, we got a report. We received a report that there is somebody stalking the neighborhood. But that is not what's happening in the case of targeted people. People that are victims of 24/7 surveillance, harassment, and what was carefully coined gang stalking by the perpetrators. They intentionally set up the term gang stalking to make people reporting it and reading about it as delusional. Basically, what gang stalking is community-based harassment, usually overseen by the sheriff's and police department and funded by the Department of Homeland Security and the fusion centers. The fusion centers work under the Department of Homeland Security, and they're the ones that collect data. The data collectors collect all the information on you. Good morning, Tucker. They collect all the information on a targeted person and then mash it together to create a defamatory bowl of soup. And that bowl of soup is churned and churned. And it's sort of like a bingo game. You never know, or the Wheel of Fortune, you never know where the wheel is going to turn for one particular neighbor. So a group of neighbors will be told one story about you. And then another group of neighbors will be told something else. And your colleagues and coworkers will be told something else. And your business partners will be told something different. So they might set up saying that you don't pay your bills, you stiff people, you're angry, you're mean, your animals are not taken care of. Meanwhile, they're the ones that are torturing your pets. They're the ones that are breaking into your house when you're not home and harassing the animals, sort of like they did in Manalapan, New Jersey, when I lived at the same house at 52 Sutton Drive for 30 years. I would trap feral cats and bring them to my home to get them spayed and neutered and recovered. And most of the time, I would keep them if they were, if I could rehabilitate them to live inside of a house. Most of the cats can. But what they would do when I was gone is the cats that were recovering in pet carriers, they would open the pet carriers and harm their eyes. It's a very sadistic program. And I would come home and eyes would be swollen. The cats would be afraid of me. Some of my cats would be hiding under a chair. I would walk into the house and I would not see a cat. None. Zero. I would walk around my house looking like, where are all my cats? And I would find 9 of them huddled together under a chair. They wouldn't come out. They were petrified. Unbeknownst to me, strangers were coming into the house, vandalizing it, harassing them, and performing horrible acts upon them. One of my cats, whose photo is posted online, they gave her cancer to her nose. This happened overnight. They used a directed energy weapon to harm her. And I had to put her to sleep. She was in so much pain she couldn't even breathe. This is how sadistic these people are. Good morning, Jessie. But part of their little slow kill method is to do the 1,000 cuts at a time, like chipping away at this base. Now someone will say, oh, well, that's happened naturally. It's just rotting away. No. Just a couple of months ago, even throughout the entire winter, this bark went down to the ground. And then the criminals placed those dead man toes of fungus, mold, around the base. Just the way they did in Manalapan, New Jersey, in the house that I lived at for 30 years, and it never happened until I became targeted. So these are the things that they do to intentionally make your property look bad, you're not taking care of it, or the things are old when they're new. This is something else that was done. This was a gift. And the criminals, on April Fool's Day, intentionally snapped this off. There was a garden light That was a gift right here. A motion, not a solar rooster light to keep outside of the chicken coop, and they snapped it right off. So rather than throw it away, I hung it up here. So I'll keep you updated on what's going on here. This is what the skies look like today. It's been very, very cloudy. Rain, we've had rain, torrential rain yesterday. Just non-stop rain. And then we had rain overnight. And this morning, and it's very wet. I was kind of hoping to get some cutting done, but that doesn't look like a possibility today. But, you know, we can take a walk to release Ivory from his little cage here. I feel bad for Ivory, but he doesn't get along with the other animals, and he's very controlling over the hens. It's beyond being protective of them. They go out and they're pecking outside, and as soon as he comes out, they're terrorized and run to hop onto their perches. But look at him. He can't wait to come out. I feel bad for him, but he has to be kept separate from the rest of the chickens and roosters. Look at him. Okay, Ivory. You gonna sing it for everybody? Huh? Flap, flap, flap. There he goes. He's out to terrorize for a day of terror. Okay, everybody. There he goes. And now he's chasing Tucker. This is a morning ritual. I feel bad for him. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a good day.